we are at Rolling Out Live. Dee Speaks, You Think. Today is Tuesday, and we got some real talk with you about life, relationships, sex, money, all that good stuff. All that good stuff, you all that good stuff. So I want you to stay tuned, buckle up, put your seatbelt on, because I am here with the one and only Josey Wellz, and I promise you it's going to be live. This brother deep, y'all. This brother deep. So tag someone, share this with someone, call somebody, text somebody, and tell them to go to www.rollingout.com. Dee Speaks, You Think, right here with the one and only Josey Wellz. Real talk about life and relationships. How are you, sir?
I'm doing amazingly well.
You doing amazing?
Yes.
You just chilling, aren't you?
Yes.
You just chilling. I am so glad to have you back on the show. As we were saying before we came on, it's been some months, it's been some weeks, it's been some time have passed since you was on the last time, and I'm sure this Josey Wellz has evolved. He's just come into his own in a greater way. So I got to get to know you. I got to get into your. I got to get into
allow
your
me
mind.
to reintroduce myself.
Yes. So tell them who you are. Give us some nuggets right now about who you are, where you're going, what's up with your life and everything before I start digging all into it.
Okay, well, my name is Josey Wellz. I'm an artist. And people say, what type of artist? So I'm a musical artist. I perform. I do entertainment. I don't like to be stuck in one box because I feel as though I have so much energy in so many different avenues.
Yeah.
So I like to just say artist because I am a creative person.
Yeah.
And that's it. But I'm born and raised in the Bronx, from the Bronx, New York. And I'm here in
Got that
Atlanta.
Bronx accent.
I still got it?
You still.
Nah.
You still got it. ATL ain't wipe that out.
ATL,
Yeah, it
nah.
ain't wipe that out.
Shouty.
Right. But I love how you talk about you're creative. You don't like anybody to box you in. You have so much in you. But when I listen to your music, and I'm gonna get into the life and relationship aspect, because I want to start off with the music part, because it is your life. You write from your life. You write from your evolution processes of what you go through in life and relationships. And if we box that in, you're going to lose a part of who you are.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Talk about that from your creative side, and how you take your life and you make it messages and songs and things like that, because you got to go through it before you get to it.
Exactly. Well, I was born and raised in New York, but my parents are from the islands. So I have all kinds of different cultures that I relate to. In New York, I grew up with Jamaicans, and just West Indians all around, Puerto Ricans, Dominican. I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah, you're from the Bronx.
So I have a little bit of everything. In fact, I have a song called Radio, where you could do salsa or merengue too. So it's totally different than stuff that I've had before. Whereas though before I had the R&B, then I had the island Afro beat. I got so much going on, and I feel as though it's important to. I feel as though we're all connected.
Yeah, we are.
We're all connected.
We are.
And we're all relatable in some way, some shape, or form, or fashion. And I feel as though the music that I put out, I like people when they say "me too." When people can say "me too," I could put out a song about hurt and heartache.
And they can say "me too."
Me too. I could put out a song about feeling good.
They can say "me too."
So I like to express myself and get people's attention and have them basically feeling what I feel and say, you're not the only person out there that feels that way. And that's pretty much it.
Well, because at the end of the day, we're all one.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we're all one. What do I mean by that? Since you say yes, I agree.
There's only one God, and God is in all of us.
And He's not boxed in.
Exactly.
And He's not boxed in. And you can always find yourself. That's why I love life. I love relationships. I love being me. I love being free. I demolish the box. I don't even deal with it no more.
Box.
I know.
No box. What box?
What box? Right. What box? It's just all total freedom. But you can always find yourself relating to someone else. And so if you just be real with yourself.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, that's something that I had an issue with before. I wasn't real with myself. And once I started becoming self-aware of who I am and that I don't have to please everybody.
No, you don't.
As long as I feel it's a mirror. I please myself, then everybody else is pleased. That's how it works. That's how it works for me, at least. So and we reflect. Even though you might not think you do, we reflect our environment.
Yes, you do.
We reflect our environment. We reflect where we come from. We reflect, and we have the ability to change that if we want.
Yeah, we do. We do.
And wanting is the most important thing. Is you have to want it, But
But being yourself and being free to be who you are without any bounds. And when I say no traditions, no philosophies, no doctrines, no man-made views of anything that stifles you from being who God created you to be. You know what I'm saying? And when you have found that place in you, it creates your environment. It causes, it's like that law of attraction. You're going to attract people like yourself. It's going to eliminate. I have come to a place in my life and relationships that I don't have to extricate myself around people. All I got to do is be free, and those who are not free got to extricate themselves from me.
Yeah, it's going to happen automatically.
It's going to happen automatically, So I don't have to go through those processes of what we do to try to make things happen. Just continue to live and continue to be free and continue to be who you are and discover yourself. Discover yourself. You was talking earlier, before we get into some of your titles of your songs, Black Male, I'm Expensive, Oh, that's some deep stuff right there. So I want to work my way into it, But we was talking earlier about I am.
I am.
I am.
I don't know. A lot of people are not religious and they're not into the biblical
I'm
standpoint
spiritual.
of thing. The word I am, if you remember, when I look at the Bible, I look at it as a lot of metaphors. A lot of people, to me, a lot of people misinterpret the Bible.
Oh, most definitely.
There's a passage where Moses asked God his name, and God replied and said, I am that I am.
I am that I am.
I am is spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Whenever you say I, you're talking to the spirit within you. The spirit is always listening. Always listening. The spirit is going to give you exactly what you say you are or what you want. So whenever you say I am or I, whatever follows that is what is going to happen. If you're claiming broke,
if you say I am broke,
you're going to continue to be broke. If you say I am whatever, I'm scared, you're going to continue to be scared. And we're creatures of habit.
Yeah, we are.
So we have a habit of saying things without knowing what we're saying about ourselves. So whenever we say bad things about ourselves, you are cursing yourself. You ever heard them say, see, this a lot of people might not agree with this. Calling God's name in vain. Okay, this is my theory. In the Bible, Psalms 82, verse 6
Come on now,
7,
you better go there.
Says,
you got the address and everything.
yeah,
Go ahead.
you are God's children of the Most High. So when I tell people I'm a God, people get upset. No, you're not. No, you're blaspheming. No, but the Bible says you are God's.
Yeah.
And all God mean is dominion. And in the Bible, God gave men dominion over the earth.
Over the earth.
So when you're ruling over something, you're a God.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm a God. I'm not the big God.
Yeah, right.
But I'm
you
a God.
you were, and this is why I love black males. Okay, black men. I'm just speaking from my own tribe. I'm speaking from my own, of what I was created as. I love all of them, but it's still the fact of just having them there. It's the fact that you were made in the likeness and the image of who he is.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As a black man, I am a black woman. So when we work together and we work in harmony, we have that dominion. And I think that I am is so important because it helps me to walk in the confidence of who I was created to be. The power is within me.
Within you.
It's
within you.
So when I say I am a dunamis woman, I understand that I am a woman who carries his miraculous power, his miraculous strength, his miraculous force. So just like your mother birthed you out, you know what I'm saying? She's a dunamis woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are, I am. So when you create, okay, from your life and relationships, you're speaking messages. Okay, let's talk about black male before we go to our first break. I want to start with that because the last time you was here on the show,
I was promoting black.
You was promoting. There you go. You remember that, don't you? Had that launch party right at the beginning of 2000, New Year's Day. New Year's Day. I was actually there. One of the greatest experiences.
Thank you. I appreciate
one of the
that.
greatest experiences that I've experienced, and I ain't new here. I grew here.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So just launching that, listening to the lyrics, listening to the struggles, but yet you still conquered, and how you still made that picture to be where they don't want to let you, they don't want you to soar and prosper, but you know how to make it beyond all
Yeah.
that. Talk about blackmail, the essence of what that's about, your life, your relationships, and how you deal with that every day.
Okay. Blackmail. Blackmail is basically from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Not every black person would agree with it,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but I come from a place where crabs in the barrel.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and a lot of us black men, we grow up in that situation, and you know, ever heard the saying, you know better, do better?
Yes.
A lot of times we don't know better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And the where I think it's bad is when you learn and you
mm-hmm,
still don't want to do better.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But a lot of us growing up in the hood, you know, I've heard saying, "Oh, I gotta hustle. This is how I gotta eat," and this is what you grow up learning.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when you teach your kids certain things, that's all they know.
That's all they know.
You know, that's all they know. Now, as a grown man, I start studying myself and studying human behavior and understanding how the mind works. We're computers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're computers.
Yeah,
We can be programmed. And when you can program something, it starts as a child. When you can program a child,
Yeah.
the child is going to grow up thinking
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
life is
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
when life is not really that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So where I'm from, blackmail, I wrote the song Blackmail as my struggles as a black man. You know, I've done prison time. I don't know if I've ever told you that.
But that's
Yeah,
okay.
I've done prison
love
time.
it.
I did 6 years in federal prison.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know that because the way I carry myself, you would never think this guy, you know. But yeah, I've done prison time, and it all results from where I come from, you know, thinking that this is how we gotta live, this is what we gotta do to survive, and now that I'm seeing, you know, when you start traveling, I went to London, and I saw a different light. I saw how people living and the things that we go crazy on Gucci and Fendi
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and all that
yeah,
stuff. We go
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That's like the Gap to them.
Yeah, right, right,
You
right,
know?
right.
So it's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
The way you start doing better is to start thinking that you're doing better. And once you start thinking, you start speaking it.
Yeah,
And when you start speaking it, how was the earth created?
by spoken word.
Spoken word.
Spoken
Sound.
word. Spoken word.
So I tried to explain to my mom yesterday. I said, Mom, we don't understand how powerful we are when it comes to creativity.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you look around you, that phone.
That phone was created by.
That phone. Now we can sit down and talk to somebody all the way on the other side of the world and look at them in that phone. That's amazing.
And a man created
A
that.
man
All
created
he
that.
had was an idea.
And it started. That's all.
It
It started with an
idea.
idea.
The car you're driving
Started with an idea.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it, though, take for instance the Wright brothers. They made the planes. They
Yeah,
started with the
yeah,
planes.
yeah.
Everybody laughed at them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the first one, I think it was up for 15 seconds, and they laughed. Ha! You only got it up for 15 seconds. But the joke was on them. We got it up for 15 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that's how
yeah.
it started
That's
off.
how it started.
You know, that's how it started off. So, blackmail is my perspective of a black man growing up in America. America isn't, you know, very nice to. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but you know, a lot of people. It's tough, you know, at times for us to survive out here and do what we need to do. You know, but I'm learning a new mindset that what's meant for you is yours.
You know, one thing that you don't know about myself,
You
related.
did some jail time too, baby.
Yeah, we all have done some jail time. Trust me on that one. But relating back what you're saying, and I love the mind. You know, I deal with the mind anyway. You know, from a spiritual perspective, psychological, all of that. But I used to my life was centered for years of getting young men out of prison.
Okay.
You know, and they came into my full custody.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, you know,
That's dope.
and having to build a team to understand how to work with that mindset. You know, having to work with that mindset to reconstruct. You know what I mean? Because I think sometimes the less that you've experienced and the more you're put down, the greater your abilities. You know, and so being able to do that for years and seeing their lives change. The company was called Little Miracles. You know what I'm saying? And so we took it one day at a time. But to see those predominantly black young men who going through their process, their evolution process to learn, relearn, you know what I'm saying, have their minds reconstructed, but yet also tap into who they are. It's the most greatest joy that you could ever experience.
I bet it is.
You know what I'm saying? Not being able to take it to the whole aspect of how I saw it, but that even changed my life, you know, to help me to understand that you got to go into the abyss. You got to go into the places as the deep, dark places within your mind in order for it to start that transformation process, you know, and that's the places that people are scared of.
Well, I think that a lot of people don't understand.
Most definitely, but that's why they scared.
And the lack of understanding, like it's scary when you don't understand. And people, I meditate now, so I think that in order to hear the still small voice, you have to be quiet.
You got to be quiet.
Be quiet. You gotta get in tune with I. Get in tune with I, you know, and I believe in the law of attraction.
Yes,
I deeply believe in the law of attraction because this is why I'm here right now.
Most definitely.
This is the law of attraction.
Most definitely.
You know, I started putting out a bunch of positivity and it comes full circle. Like I said, it takes time to manifest, but it comes around. Slowly but surely it comes around, and I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
I didn't understand how. Now, when I look at my life before, I was a zombie, just moving about.
We're just existing.
Just
existing.
I was dying.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't living. If you ain't living, you dying.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a dead woman walking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Emotionally. You know, literally, I was literally dead. I was going through the motions. I had the functions. I had the responsibilities. I had the kids. I had the house. I had the duties. But on the inside of me, I was not living.
Yeah.
You know, I was dead. And when I began to pursue, and that's why I'm very empathic, particularly as women, us experiencing our emotional healing, you know what I'm saying, to come alive again, you know, and dealing with those dead places and those damaged places within our soul. So you can come to the I am. You can come to the place where I matters. You know, I am living. I got to learn me. You know what I'm saying? Well, you all, we're going to come back. This is Dee with Dee Speaks You Think. I just scratched the surface right here with Josey Wellz. But you know what? We're going to come back. We're going to take a break. And we're going to dive deep into what he's doing right now with his next single. But yet I'm going to get more into his own life and relationships as a black male.
Ow.
Stay tuned. Dee Speaks You Think. I'll be right back.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of GAP pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
Hey, it's your girl, Lipstick.
And it's your boy, Cognac.
And we are Lipstick and Cognac, your dynamic relationship duo, where we talk all things relationship every Tuesday
From 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
on rollingout.com and Rolling Out Live via Facebook. Y'all, what we talking about, Cognac?
We talk about it all. We talk about the cheating, the people that do right, don't do right, the people that might want to slap your head on your mama, your daddy, your sister, your uncle.
I don't know about slapping my mama,
but
but we gonna talk about it all, y'all. Make sure you check us out every Tuesday. It's gonna be lit.
it's going to be
See
a
you
fun
there.
time. Ow.
Well, welcome back to Dee Speaks You Think right here on Rolling Out Live. It's real talk. We haven't really dug into it yet. Like it's trying to take it slow with you because I don't want to go too deep. But this brother right here, Josey Wellz, he can go there. So I gotta get your mind ready. Get your mind ready. But Josey, right now before we get into it, tell them where they can just find your stuff, your music, all that. I want to keep putting that out there because that's so important.
Well, I'm on all platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon. I'm on all of them. YouTube. I got videos out on YouTube.
Yeah, I was checking it out.
Check my videos out on YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe and listen. If you like my music, subscribe to it.
Okay.
That's how that works, because nowadays everybody looks at numbers.
Yeah, they do.
Numbers is everything.
Yeah.
You know, in order for me to start getting real deals and stuff like that, they want to look at my numbers and see, okay, he has a little following, because they usually do like 10% of your following. 10% of your followers are going to actually engage and interact in things that you got going on. So numbers count.
Educate us a little bit about being independent in your world, in your industry, because I think a lot of times we ask people to do something, but they don't really know the true necessity of why it needs to be done.
In one word? Expensive.
That's the truth.
It's
That's
expensive.
the truth.
I pretty much do everything on my own. Somebody had texted me the other day and said, you move as if you're assigned to a label. Because I'm always doing something.
Yes, you are.
You know, so and I feel like this is part of my life now. So
Let me correct you.
this is my life.
It
now.
is your life.
This is my life.
It,
now, yeah.
Own it,
Yeah,
because
You're
there's
right.
so much freedom in it.
you're right.
It's not work. It's not a job work. It's your life. It's who you are. And so this is how every last one of us is supposed to be living, based upon who we are and how we were created. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So and I have to tell myself that, because sometimes, it's like, man, you're doing too much, or you ain't doing this or whatever. But this is my life. And I have come to embrace that, impacting lives, being independent, creative, writing my books, speaking, doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I know that not only I believe in, but it's who I am. It's my breath.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is my life, and the best part is getting better and better.
Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I
Yeah,
know I
yeah,
haven't.
No,
I
no,
know
no.
I haven't.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
I know I haven't.
Nothing yet. It's expensive.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. Let me say that. Let me look in every camera right here. To be standing on your own, doing what God has created you to do, not called you, but created you to do, being who you are, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's easy to go run and go get a job and just say, let me make ends meet. But to stand for who you are and what you believe in and allow that to evolve, it's expensive.
It's expensive. And it's more than just money.
I'm not talking. Yeah.
It's more than just money.
I ain't talking about money yet.
It's time. It's growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's knowing what you're worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like we were speaking earlier, I think a lot of us, we don't do it on purpose, but we devalue ourselves a lot. And that comes from our background, which sometimes we don't want to let go of.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So it's expensive.
And we don't realize, you all, particularly because of our life, how it started, the relationships that we encountered, unknowingly, knowingly, but it's the best. It's expensive, but it cost us something. But my mother used to say, the best lesson is a bought lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had to pay an expensive price to learn the lessons of where I am right now. But if it wasn't for those expensive lessons, I wouldn't be who I am. But I cannot allow that to still devalue me. A lot of us have been devalued by our associations. We've been devalued by being a product of our environment without creating our environment.
Oh, like I said before, when you don't know no better.
But this is why we hear Dee Speaks You Think
Oh,
with Josey Wellz
yeah.
and Rolling Out Live.
Definitely.
Because if we don't talk about it,
nobody will know. You're right.
we won't know.
You're right.
And I love talking about those things that we don't want to talk about.
You're right.
I love dealing with those things that we don't want to deal with, because it's uncomfortable, first of all. And second of all, it's where our true change is.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I think that when people are at their lowest is when something happens.
Almost definitely.
Because when you have nowhere left to turn, you got to make decisions now. You got to make decisions. And that's what happened. That's how I got into this music thing.
Tell us about it a little bit.
I was promoting an artist. I won't say his name. But I lost $20,000.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, I lost 20
remember.
grand, and I thought it was a sure deal. Sure, I was. You know how you start counting your money before you make it. I was okay. I'm about to. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go home with 50 grand.
Yeah.
and then I went home with $1,500. So that was my low point, and then I started thinking, I've been writing songs for years.
And why you can't write it for yourself?
Yeah, I said, if I can invest that amount of money
In
to something I
somebody
don't
else.
know from a hole in the wall, then so I took that 1,500 and I went straight to the guitar center, and hey, I need some recording equipment,
Yes, yes.
and that's how I started doing this.
If you had not have come to your lowest, you wouldn't be going to your greatest.
No, oh wow, that's deep.
I'm gonna let you process on that one a little bit. Come on now.
That's deep. That's deep. Yeah, patent that.
But no, it's the truth though.
Yeah.
And this process is not easy. We talked about a little bit about the relationship aspect, and I don't want to go into that as far as your personal relationship because I know it's not easy. You still got that wonderful, awesome woman in your life.
Oh yeah,
She ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere. She's still hanging with you.
She's still
She's
there.
meeting her. I mean, she's there. She's with you.
Thank you.
That is a blessing.
I know. I told her that yesterday.
That is a miraculous blessing. I want you to look at me in my eyes. I'm like, I'm going to play your mama right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Mess that up, I kill you.
She's still there. She's a strong woman. She's a very strong woman, and sometimes it's a little intimidating. I won't lie, but we're still learning each other, and we're still growing. And I'm in it for the long haul. So,
I'm launching my next healing challenge is sexual healing for emotional healing.
okay, we don't need that.
So we can have greater
We're healed.
relationships. You know what I'm saying? Greater relationships. It's a whole lot that goes into that. But my point for bringing that up is that I had a man tell me that, Dee, you would intimidate most men, and I'm not trying to do so, but I heard you just use that word. It can be intimidating sometimes. What do you really mean by that? Because she's beautiful, she knows how to stand in her own, but yet she loves you. You could see that she got your back. You know what I mean? So how can that be for a black man intimidating?
I don't want to put her business out there, but she's very strong because she has to be. She had to be. And
That's
and
what I told them. I said I'm only this because I had to be.
yeah, sometimes she wants me to lead, but she says it, but I'm like, babe, your character is a boss. You're a boss. So she's like, do you think I want to be a boss all the time? I'm like, I don't think so, but that's you. That's how you are, But we work. We work, and something when I say it's intimidating, that's what I mean by it. She's a boss lady, She's a take charge, and I'm a take charge type of dude too, but happy wife, happy life. But in
some cases,
in some cases, yeah.
because it's some folks out here talking about some happy wife, happy life, and they walking around like they on eggshells. I know that's not you, but I'm just telling you. I'm like, are you a man for real? You know what I'm saying? They walking around so they can get some pussy, get some ass, get some whatever, But I know that ain't you, but I'm just speaking that. So man up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying that because we do need to be. We have been, as a strong black woman who had to, because of our upbringing, because of what was put in our lap. We had to make it. We had to survive. And I get it all the time, so I understand where you're coming from, and I definitely understand where she's coming from. But at the end of the day, we need to be cultivated.
Oh, she shout out to WCW. She has a nonprofit organization called Women Cultivating Women. Well, in fact, I'm gonna definitely hook you guys up because she come on your show.
Most definitely.
And that's exactly what
Why
she.
Why you just not telling me now?
I'm sorry. I apologize. But she definitely she has an annual brunch every year. She had one 2 weeks ago, and it was a great turnout. Big hat bubbly brunch, and we had some speakers come through, and
she didn't have me speak.
I'm so sorry, I didn't think of it at that time,
But you got it now, right?
I got it now. I got it
right,
now,
right.
and that she what she does pretty much is bring women together. She had a bunch of different speakers. So whatever your line of work is, somebody out there is looking for you.
Yeah, most definitely.
And
Most definitely.
she's all about connecting those dots. So you might need somebody you don't even know until you
she
speak
could, right?
it.
You speak it, right?
You know,
right,
so that's
right.
that's
Well,
the,
definitely, because can you imagine what not just we as women, but we as a people, period, when we really, really stick together, stand united.
man, I'd say that all the
You
time,
know what I
man.
mean?
We'd be so strong.
Treasure
man.
each other's gifts.
We'd be so
you know,
strong.
respect each other's vision. You know, support each other's ideas. You know, connect each other without thinking somebody gonna take yours.
I think that is the issue.
You lit up on that one.
Because my thing is, what's meant for you is
It's for you.
yours. Nobody can stop that.
no.
In fact, you get even more when you help somebody else out.
Most definitely.
And for some reason, there's this thing when people had, if I help them, it's gonna take away my shine. If I help them shine, my light gonna go out. You know.
But that goes back to that evolution process. That goes back to that law of attraction, because when you like, we could just use this for an example. I didn't know you, but because of your mindset, because of my mindset, we were attracted. We got connected. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Just miraculously and spiritually, our steps become ordered. You know what I'm saying? Now you're sitting here telling me about what your wonderful woman's vision is. You know, and somebody connected to her. You know what I'm saying? So now my circle becomes
A little bigger.
a little bit bigger, smaller, but bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with the people who got ideas, who got visions. That's not intimidated. So all those other ones who saying, "Oh, okay, you're gonna take mine." Who are they? Where are they?
They're not here.
You-
Not,
You know
not
what I'm
in
saying?
my-
I'm going on.
Yeah.
I'm moved, you know.
Yeah.
But see, what we have a tendency to do is allow that stronghold in our minds of people pleasing hold us back. You know what I'm saying? Working with so many women and men, but mostly women, from a life coaching perspective, the biggest stronghold, and it goes back to how we were raised.
Yeah.
It goes back to our influences. It goes back to doctrines, views, religion, what people think, traditions, and all those things that trained our minds.
Like I said, we're programmable.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
programmed. You could literally. They say it take 21 days to form a habit.
Yeah.
If you stand in the mirror,
Sometimes it's 21 minutes for some people. Go ahead. Go ahead.
if you stand in the mirror and constantly repeat something over and over
Yeah.
and over again, eventually it could be a lie at 1st. Eventually, you start believing it. Once you start believing it, you start acting it out. You start speaking it and acting it out. And once you start acting it out, then everybody else around you start believing it.
But that's why you have to speak your life. You have to prophesy your life. You know what I'm saying? Let me do something for you, with you real quick. Start counting. Don't say nothing, but just start counting in your head. Are you counting? Okay. All right. So what is your next move in life?
10.
Okay. All right.
I'm still counting.
But when you distract that thought, you start focusing on something else. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
get it now.
So what happened to those negative thoughts? If your numbers was negative thoughts, what happened to them when I shifted your mind to begin to speak your next move? You stop thinking about it. But as long as you close your mouth and stay in your head. So many people say, how do I get out of my head? How do I get out of my head? Prophesy. Speak. Speak life to yourself. Don't let those things be what is. Call those things that be not as though they are.
Yeah, that's what my mom says whenever I remember growing up, she would say, I rebuke that. And I'm like, what? Where'd that come from, Mom? Like, out of nowhere, she just says it.
I get it.
I didn't understand before, but now I understand.
I get it.
She was rebuking her thoughts. You know, and you can't think and speak at the same time if you really think about it.
That's what I'm saying.
you can't think and speak at the same.
You could not have kept counting and begin to answer my question.
No.
And talk about something else.
No.
You know, but we sit here, and the biggest stronghold that we allow is analyzation. You got to analyze everything. You got to know everything before you do. You just stepped out. You stepped out with $1,500.
Yeah.
You know, compared to that $20,000, that ain't nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? But you stepped out. You took your first step. You know, you didn't sit there, well, if I do this, what is that going to happen? Oh, you didn't take 3 weeks.
With no consultation with nobody. I didn't speak to nobody. I just went and bought some equipment, and that's how this all started.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah.
And you had no idea what the process was going to be like. You had no idea what that was going to bring to you.
No. If you really look at a lot of celebrities that have, flourished and become something in life, they all say the same thing.
They all say the same thing.
And as a young person, when I was younger, it would fly over my head. Oprah says it, Denzel Washington,
All of them.
Will Smith, they all say the same thing.
Tyler Perry,
everybody.
all of them.
Everybody. Nike's been saying it for years.
Almost definitely. Just do it.
Just do it. For years.
Matter of fact, we're going to take a break because they made billions of dollars of a saying that we don't even implement. You're too scared to do it. But Dee Speaks You Think. We're going to be right back with Josey Wellz. We're going to go deeper into the power of thought. Talk to you, sir.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of Gap Pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
Hey, it's your girl, Lipstick.
And it's your boy Cognac.
And we are Lipstick and Cognac, your dynamic relationship duo, where we talk all things relationship every Tuesday
From 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
on rollingout.com and Rolling Out Live via Facebook. Y'all, what we talking about, Cognac?
We talk about it all. We talk about the cheating, the people that do right, don't do right, the people that might want to slap your head on your mama, your daddy, your sister, your uncle.
I don't
Pass
know
down
about
knowledge.
slapping my mama, but we gonna talk about it all, y'all. Make sure you check us out every Tuesday. It's gonna be lit.
It's going to be
See
a
you
fun
there.
time. Ow.
What's up? It's your boy Josey Wellz. We're back with Dee Collins on Rolling Out Live.
Come on now, nigga. I love it. You sound, that's a natural for you.
Yeah, that's how they've been telling me that all my life. You need to be on TV. I'm not as funny as I used to be, though. No, I am.
But you know what? So much is on the horizon. It's gonna blow your mind.
I already know.
It's gonna definitely blow your mind. One thing I've learned is that just be you and let it take you where you're supposed to be. It's already waiting for you.
It's there. It's
there.
yours.
You know, you think you really think you're creating, but you're creating only what has already been created.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're following a path that has already been carved for you. And so many of us are missing out on that because you're just conforming to what is norm for your life.
Before we left, you said the process of thought.
The power of
The
thought.
power of thought.
The
excuse
power
me.
of thought. Yeah.
The power of thought. Thought. Everything, like you said earlier, everything that you look at, if you open your eyes and look around you,
It's about thought.
everything is a thought. The chair, that was a
that
thought.
was a thought.
You know, this mic I'm talking in,
It's a thought.
It's a thought.
It's a thought.
Because this is how it started.
Yeah.
Somebody, it was a, okay, how can we get a bunch of people to hear us without raising our voice? Okay, I can make a sound system. You know, that's how it's thought.
Yeah. And then some things you don't need to take no thought.
Like
and if
what?
you think about it,
If you think,
that chair was a thought.
Mhm.
But me sitting my behind in it, I don't take no thought.
No,
I don't take no thought if it can hold me.
no, yeah, you're
I don't
right.
take no thought if it's gonna break or not. I just sit down, trusting
Trust, faith.
faith.
Now
Now that leg could be broken. But I don't discover that leg is broken until after I sat in that chair.
Exactly, because if you didn't have any faith in the chair.
Because I didn't have no faith. And so we try to make something so simple, so renowned, you know what I'm saying? And we work at faith when you already got it because you use it every day.
Every day. You
when
leave
you
your
walk
house.
out your door.
It's by faith.
It's by faith.
Because you have faith, you're going to come back.
You got faith, you're going to come back.
Because if you didn't,
You understand what I'm saying?
you wouldn't leave.
You wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Every day you walk out that door, you got faith that you're protected. Because if you was really scared and didn't think you was protected, you wouldn't go nowhere.
You wouldn't go nowhere. Yeah.
So we try to make something so powerful, so that it don't take a whole lot. Just live it because you're already living it. But now we have to be intellectual. Everybody got to be profound. Everybody got to have a saying. Everybody got to have this big, great thing that's going to make them known. And just live what you know to live every day and allow it to happen.
You're absolutely right.
Take thought in your idea, but take no thought on how it's going to come into fruition. Ain't that amazing?
That's amazing. That's absolutely
That's amazing. I had coming here to Atlanta. First of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't know Rolling Out existed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's been on the map for a while, but I didn't know. But I didn't come here with an agenda. Oh, I'm gonna go get on Rolling Out. I'm gonna meet Jazz. I ain't know you was in this world. You know what I'm saying? But just taking that one leap of faith of saying, you know what, I gotta go. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm gonna live, but I know I gotta go because I know it's something greater for me. I know it's waiting for me. And when you get there, everything else comes.
I think it's that expectation. When you have an expectation and you just know, that's faith to me. Faith, knowing that you might not know exactly
how, right,
but
right,
you just
right.
know
Right,
I'm
right.
going
I'm
to
going
be
to-
okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And you had 1,500. I ain't had nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, divorce, filed bankruptcy, lost all my assets, lost everything. But when you have a vision, when you have a dream, you don't let nobody stop you. It's expensive. Come on with that song. Come on, brother. I wasn't going to leave you out there. Come on, tell us about it.
Well, basically, like you said, expensive is a mindset. When people hear expensive, they think of money. And yes, I think of money too. But in order to live a certain way, a good life, and a good life for me is exploring and learning and growing and traveling.
Yes.
And in order to do that, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Time. Time is expensive. You know, sometimes you can't afford time. You know? So, a lot of people don't have the time.
Yeah.
You know, because it's expensive.
It's expensive.
you know?
It's expensive.
You know, so I wrote this song with that concept in my mind. You know, like I started off no little boat, I'm a ship. You know, I'm not
Yes,
a little I'm bigger than you think I am.
No, right.
You know, so I started off with that because that's how I feel about myself. You know, and I wanted to be known. Like, listen, I'm a creative person. I'm a superstar.
Yes.
You know, and that's what I believe about myself. Until you find out, I already know.
Most definitely.
You know,
and if you don't believe in it and who I am, it don't matter because I know who I am.
I know who I am. But the thing about it though is if I didn't believe it, you would never believe it.
That's it. That's the truth.
You know, so that's, and I want people. That's how when I with this song, I have the line that says, "Bitch." Oh, excuse me. Can I say that?
Yeah, go ahead on.
Bitch, I'm expensive. I'm expensive.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I want people to feel that way. You know, like you can't just cheat me anyway. You can't talk to me anyway. You can't just throw this at me. No, I don't accept that. I'm expensive.
I'm expensive.
You can't afford my time. Why do you need my time? Why would I put time into you if you're not giving me nothing that can enhance me?
Yeah.
That can help me.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like that. I'm expensive. You know, and that's basically what that song is all about.
And you have to value yourself. And I want you to tell them, when is it going to be launched?
Friday is the 7th.
Is it this Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh man,
Friday the 7th.
Friday the 7th. All right, cool
Yeah,
beans.
I like that number 7.
The whole point of this, and I'm sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Josie, of this song being not only just written, released, because it was expensive getting it out.
Yeah.
It cost you your time.
Yes.
It cost you sacrifice.
Yes.
You had to steal away.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to produce it.
Yeah.
You had to put it together.
And
You
shout
know
out
what I
to
mean?
Creative Villains too. Creative. That's their name. Creative Villains. They're the ones who produce the music on the
There
track.
you go.
You know, so
It was expensive for them to do it.
yeah,
You know,
time. Yeah.
time. Yesterday, I'm writing. I just got finished. You write music and you put it in music form. I write and I put it in book form. Okay, and I just finished a book, and you're gonna love it. Conquering the battlegrounds within your own mind.
Man. But that's I think
Yeah.
to me I think meditation helps with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like I said, sometimes you have to be quiet, and then even though your mind is going all over the place, if you what I started doing now I could do without it, but what I started doing is using guided meditation. So with guided meditation, basically it just basically puts those thoughts in your head so that I have this thing whenever I think a bad thought, and it works for me. Whenever I think a bad thought, I see myself in my mind putting that thought inside of a bag and throwing it over a cliff,
Right.
and it disappears, and I don't think of it no more. Or at least for that moment, it's gone. You know, until it comes back again. And I just do the same thing again.
And you have to continue to do that.
Yeah, you have to continue to do it.
continue to do that because you got to get that out of your
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
And
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process. And one thing that we fail to realize, and I did this, and it's expensive. I took time because from a spiritual perspective, when we just hear the mind, we don't understand what part of the mind we're dealing with. You know, now I'm not dealing with no Freudians, no Glasser, and no Jung, and all those things. Those are theories that man have, and that may have worked to them for a certain degree, and it has some type of truth, some level of truth. But really, from a spiritual perspective, we have various aspects of our mind that was already built of our origin. You understand what I'm saying? So if I don't know what part of my mind I got to conquer, you know what I'm saying? So there's a part of my mind that it's where my pain and victimization lies. You know, it's not in my intellect, but it's in another aspect of my mind. So
Subconscious.
it's in your subconscious. But I have to know what that is,
all-knowing.
the all-knowing, and the origin of what that has been named, so I can see. Because if I call you Josie, you're gonna reply.
Yeah.
If I call you Jack, hey Jack, come here. You see what I'm saying?
Look around. Who you
Who
talking
you talking to? So when I speak to my mind, I know what aspect I'm speaking to. I know when I'm talking to my subconscious, my intellect, but from the original terminology of how it was put in me based upon my creation.
That's deep.
Come on now.
You stay under. You stay excavating.
You're so silly. But the thing is, it was expensive.
Yeah.
Because that's product that I'm putting together to free somebody else. When you wrote that song Expensive, you had to go through that process that somebody else may hear your process and learn from it and be free.
I understand.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes absolutely
See,
perfect sense.
somebody got to pay the price for somebody else to be free.
Mm.
And this is the price that we're paying. Somebody paid a price for us to get to where we are.
Definitely.
And we can go back and back and back. Let's not go all the way back.
We can go back.
We can go back.
Yeah.
But the point is that how can we see the future? What is our future generations going to look like if we don't do what we're supposed to do to cause them to be free?
Absolutely right.
And that's knowing their value. Knowing that they got creativity in them, knowing that they got ideas in them. My 10-year-old granddaughter, my goal in the next few months is to write a book with her because she got creativity in her. See, school don't teach creativity.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It doesn't teach you how to really think either.
No, it don't.
No, it just teaches you stuff about the past, and that's what you grow up on.
But it's teaching it's feeding your part of your mind that's intellectual, but it doesn't feed another aspect of your mind that you got to conquer. So you got to conquer. Because if I let this one be fed, then this one stays open. Are you with me?
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So while I'm thinking I'm doing this, guess what? The other part is being occupied with negative thoughts.
Yeah.
It's being fed. So now I'm contradicting who I am.
That's deep. There you go again. There you go again.
But it's time. But it's expensive.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. And that's why many people don't fulfill their dreams because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about just money.
No,
we know we need that. You need gas in your car, so you need money. You need to pay your light bill. We still got that. Don't you still have that?
Definitely. Definitely. I
That's that black nail stuff.
I got a big truck out there. Yeah. My gas is expensive.
That gas expensive.
Yeah.
And just because you fulfilling your dreams ain't to say, well, you know what, we'll give you a break on your light bill for the next 12, 3, 4 months.
I think like you said, whenever you take that moment or take the time to pursue your dreams, yes. In fact, that's that when I first started writing this song, I was thinking about, man, I spent a lot of money in this dream of mine, and that's how it came about. It's expensive, but then I started realizing, hold up, this is me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
expensive.
I'm expensive. I'm expensive. And it's the time. I got up yesterday, 6 o'clock in the morning, had a couple of coaching sessions. The rest of the day, took care of business, shipped out some books. And the next day, I sat there and wrote a chapter of my next book.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fulfilled, happy as a sissy in a CC can. Because I know where I'm going. And I have to produce. I have to produce. I have to produce. It's expensive. The expensive part is that I'm not living the norm of everything else.
Yeah.
The expensive part is I can't run into everything somebody want me to run to. The expensive thing is I can't do what everybody want me to do. The expensive part is I can't please everybody because the main thing they hear from me is no. The expensive part is it can jeopardize relationships with loved ones who you think really love you.
So I'll tell my son. I'll tell my son, congratulations to my son. He's going D1 to Southeast Missouri.
Awesome.
And I try to explain to him. He went back home and I told him, don't think that everybody out there loves you.
Please don't.
They might be family and everything, but I'm sad to say it's sad.
It's
but
sad.
he comes from a place like where I grew up, you know, and I had to take him from there, so because I wanted him to pursue it. He's great at basketball, and I wanted to pursue that. They don't have the opportunities and stuff up there, as much as it's down here, you know. And I try to explain to him that, you know, everybody doesn't see life how you see it, you know, so they could care less about what you got going on.
Almost definitely.
You know, and he spoke to me this morning. I just left him at the house, and he said, "Daddy, I see what you're talking about."
How old is he?
He's 19. He's, "Dad, I see what you're talking about. I understand now. I understand." He was on the verge of tears, you know, like, you know. But he understand. He's starting to understand, like, you know, like the way life works is not life. When I was at his
come on now.
age,
Yeah.
life isn't what I thought it was.
No.
It's not what I thought it was.
But you're there to help guide him.
Yes.
And educate him along the way of what you may not have had.
Yes.
You know, the biggest pill, and I don't know what your biggest pill was to swallow in life and relationships. But my
Going to
biggest
prison
pill-
was my biggest
You so
pill.
silly.
That was my biggest pill.
Now that was your awakening.
Matter of fact, you're
That was your awakening.
absolutely right.
That was your
You're
awakening.
absolutely right.
That's why
It
I said
was.
I love it. When you said I was like, I love it because that was your awakening.
You're absolutely right, because I was telling my lady the other day, I was like, you know, I don't really have friends like I used to, because when I left, when I went in, I cut everybody off because, you know, I felt as though I don't know who to trust. I don't know. So I cut everybody off. And when I came home, I have a lot of female friends. I don't really hang with dudes.
And
you know?
I'm vice versa.
Yeah? Well, I don't really hang with dudes.
I minister
you know?
to a lot of women. I coach a lot of women, but I don't hang with them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know, and that's just
don't hang with too many men no
I'm
more.
getting out of it.
Yeah.
But because I'm learning how to communicate with people and know boundaries. Okay, this is what I have friends that if I just want to party, that's all they're there for. You know, if I want to talk, I know who to talk to. You know, but I don't have friends like I used to have friends.
Well, and it goes back. Well, see, for me, it's expensive because it
is.
My journey has cost me a lot of what I don't have that circle right now. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to get there, but it's a lonely journey for me because I do have so much vision in me and so much richness, and so because I do coach women across the globe and all over, that's predominantly my life.
Okay.
You know, now if I'm gonna go hang, I ain't trying to hang with no women. I need some bass, baritone, testosterone,
Hey,
all
what's
that
up?
stuff.
How you doing?
You know, just to feed that other part of myself. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the biggest pill to swallow before we go to our final break. Is finding out and discovering, and for me, that people loved me for what I did for them.
Yeah, that's tough.
You understand what I'm saying? They love you as long as they can say, hey, you got $5, or when they need, you're the first phone call. You know, when they need some money, you're the first phone call.
And as soon
when
as
they
you ain't
need
got
something, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they need counsel, you're the first phone call. When you need prayer, you're the first phone call. When you need a babysitter, you're the first phone call. You know, I loved it because I love people. But when I was in that place of stepping out and things began to diminish in my life, that okay, I couldn't be what people wanted me to be, which was divine for me.
Nobody call you next to how are you doing?
You understand what I'm
Are
saying?
you okay?
But that's a part of the process.
Yeah.
You know, that it's not a sad thing. That's the expensive part.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay a price.
Mm.
You got to pay a price to be who you are. You got to pay a price to live your dreams. You got to pay a price to learn of who you really are. Because that wasn't my true self. That was my false sense of self. That's the environment. I became that product of environment. So now, you know, the beautiful part of getting what you had to pay for is a sense of peace like no other. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, contentment within yourself. That if nobody is there, I still have everything that God has put in me to produce. And it's going to attract the people that I need. Ain't that wonderful?
That's a beautiful thing.
You living it?
I'm living it.
you
I'm
living it.
I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life. Like I said, I'm starting to get life is starting to become a clearer picture for me and understand how things work and how things operate in my life per se. You know, for everybody it's different. I think perception is the key. How you perceive things is the key. You know,
it is.
I think in many cases we're taught how to perceive things. And like I told my parents are religious, and I asked them, why do you believe what you believe? Oh, because the Bible. I said, no, Mom, why do you believe it? And I said, Mom, everything you were taught it. You never sit back and say, why do I believe this? Is this something that works for me? And this something, and nobody, a lot of us don't do that. We don't question what we're taught.
No.
You know, and then once I started questioning why, now not saying anything is wrong with that. I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm saying. Nothing's wrong with that, what you believe in. But you have to ask yourself a question. Why do I believe this?
And you have to ask yourself the question, but I want to also bring clarity to what you're saying for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I believe in, whether it's my education, whether it's a Bible, whether it's my mate, whether whomever it is, whatever and whomever I believe in, without understanding who I am, is automatically going to be distorted. Can't do it without it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If I was created, if I don't even know you quoted Psalms 82:7. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can quote some other ones. But if I quote something without me knowing who I am, I'm doing something without understanding the purpose of it. Because even if I don't know nothing, just think about it. If that version was never written, it still don't mean I wasn't created.
No, you're still here.
Are you with me?
Yeah,
Whether it was King James, NIV, boo, 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 or whatever, at the end of the day, in the beginning of time, I was created for purpose. And nothing can negate the fact that I'm here when that sperm met that egg to produce life. Hello. I am a part of the author of life.
Hello. Yeah.
Now, that's real.
That's real.
You can't theorize that. You can't analyze that.
Can't make it up.
You a seed.
Planted.
You're a seed planted in the earth, okay? That's why I'm grateful for penis. Because I'm a product of one. It was a tool to bring things out, and one of them was me. Well, on that note, we're going to be right back. Dee Speaks, You Think. Josey Wellz right here. We'll come back with the closing remarks, so stay tuned. We're almost wrapping it up.
Hey, it's your girl, Lipstick.
And it's your boy, Cognac.
And we are Lipstick and Cognac, your dynamic relationship duo, where we talk all things relationship every Tuesday
from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
on rollingout.com and Rolling Out Live via Facebook. Y'all, what we talking about, Cognac?
We talk about it all. We talk about the cheating, the people that do right, don't do right, the people that might want to slap your head on your mama, your daddy, your sister, your uncle.
I don't know about slapping my mama, but we gonna talk about it all, y'all. Make sure you check us out every Tuesday. It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be a fun time. Ow.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay, do it today. Get your bottle of GAP pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
Well, welcome back to D Speaks You Think, real talk about life and relationships. And for the last hour, I just been here just chewing the fat, you all. That's what I look at it with my. I don't know what you are to me. You're more than just a guest on this show. You're kind of like
I'm a guest friend. I'm a friend guest.
friend guest. You have become Josey Wellz, independent artist, but you have really become a part of my heart.
Oh.
No, and I'm gonna say, I mean that. You know what I mean? I'm a heartfelt person. You know what I mean? And you're coming into a place of your own and just seeing you evolve and everything. You know, it's refreshing to see a black man stepping out and finding himself. You're a product of what I preach every day. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
No, I'm so serious. You know, you are that, and I'm not just saying it to be saying it.
It's an expensive product.
It's an expensive product, and that's why I'm praying for you all the time, in a sense that even what you speaking, I'm speaking it right there with you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? He is prosperous. He is great. He is successful. He is beyond his imagination.
I appreciate that.
That's what you are.
I really do.
You are, you know. So we kind of had a little good paradigm shift before we left. You know what I'm saying? You said before you glad that you was a product of the penis too.
Yeah.
But I want to clarify that.
Pause. No, I at the end of the day,
At the end of the
we
day.
like you said, we all are, you know. So you know, it's how you look at it, you know.
And that's and it was going back to, I said that intentionally, you all, because it's the truth. Okay, and I'll never take back truth, but it's also a spiritual principle. But even in that spiritual principle, we have to allow things to be able to shift our paradigm, because how you see things is how you're going to perceive things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your perception becomes your reality without really, really thinking about who you really are, you know? And that's a principle that's not going to change. You came from somebody came from everybody. There's no life that didn't come through penis. And there's no life that didn't come through the womb of a woman, you know? And so when we think about it from that, the question is, before I let Josey Wellz go ahead and take us on home, I should have you do some singing or something, rapping something a little bit. But who are you? Ask yourself the question, really. Who the hell am I?
Who am I? I'm Josey Wellz, and
You
I'm
know?
expensive.
You expensive, okay? All right. Tell us where they could, June 7th, give us all the details. Is it
Okay,
is it
June
7th?
7th. Yeah, June 7th. Expensive will be released.
Okay.
If you have Spotify, you can go to the link in my bio, I believe. Oh no, it's not even there anymore. If you have Spotify, you could just download it on any platform, iTunes, Deezer, Amazon, whatever platform that you use for music. Just download Expensive, add it to your playlist, share it with your friends, tell everybody about Josey Wellz, your new favorite artist.
And how can they follow you on that wonderful social media platforms?
My name is Josey Wellz across everything. You can Google me, JOSEYWELLZ. On Instagram, I'm on Instagram a lot. It's JOSEY_WELLZ. Also, on June 29th,
Come on now.
on
with
June
it.
29th,
Come on with it.
we're having a masquerade gala for summer kickoff.
Awesome.
Okay? I don't know if you like to dress up, but if you do, if you like to get fancy, it's going to be like a miniature Met Gala, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So we're dressing up as formal dressing only. A mask is required. So it's going to be a mask with formal dressing. It's going to be a really dope party. Tickets are $50. That link is in my bio on Instagram. Tickets include open bar
Come on now.
and cater food. You was at
Come
my
on.
last
I was
event.
with you.
Yeah.
And I'm really you better be glad I'm not one to get offended. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I should have known about this. I should not.
I thought I sent you. I thought I sent you the information.
No, I ain't get it.
Oh.
I ain't get it, but I'ma still come.
Okay.
I'm gonna be there with my mask on.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
looking pretty.
It's gonna
like I
be
was doing
really.
at the other launch
Yes,
party.
yes.
You know
It's gonna
what
be a
I'm saying?
really dope event. I got a lot of people coming out. I got a lot of people coming out. Red carpet. It's gonna be really, really dope. I'm really excited for it. And my lady, she at first she wasn't on board because I was gonna have it on her birthday. It was gonna be a surprise for her. But now we changed it to the 29th, and she's involved. So I already know. I don't have to worry
You ain't
about
got to worry about it. As long as she got your back, a dunamis woman, you ain't never got to
I ain't
worry
gotta worry
about
about it.
nothing. Well, you all, we thank you for tuning in. I am Dee, Dunamis D. D Speaks You Think. And you can follow me on at Dunamis, Dunamis woman. And if you ever want to get in touch with me, you need some life and relationship coaching from a spiritual perspective to take your life to the next level, hit me up through social media or 1-855-BBE Dunamis. 1-855-BBEE Dunamis. Dunamis. Josey, thanks once again for your time coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been expensive having you.
Ah.
But peace
I
out.
appreciate it.
You all, God bless. We'll see you on next week.
Thank you.